Hey, it's Jared with Gear and Light. Today we're going to take a look at 10 ways that you can make money with your DJI Mini 3 Pro. This is a fantastic little drone that just produces great photos and video. I have a couple of videos that I'm going to be putting out relatively soon here on my video settings and my photo settings that I use on this drone to get the best quality images out of it as possible. But if you have one of these drones and you're looking for a way to make a little bit of side income, hopefully this video helps you out. There are timestamps so you can jump around to the one that makes the most sense for you. Number one is real estate photography. Real estate photography is huge with drones, being able to get those unique angles and perspectives that a camera just can't get from the ground. Back in my early days, I was sticking a camera up on a big boom pole to get those shots that looked like they were aerial shots. I was also using gimbals and going around the house, stepping over things, trying to get these unique angles when I was shooting photo and video for real estate agents, and a drone changed the game. When these camera drones first started coming out, I was able to get great images from different perspectives that show the overall property. I was able to take those photos into Photoshop and draw lot lines, which was really helpful for the real estate agent, and really just produce a lot more value for my clients that I was doing real estate work for. And so drones are great for that. To give you an idea, I charge about $250 an hour for drone work, depending. If it's drone photo and video, it's going to take a little bit longer, and I tend to put a package together for the client. But you can easily make several $100s extra a week just by going out and doing a couple of drone jobs for real estate agents. And the best way to connect with real estate agents is just to go and look at the smaller real estate agencies, because a lot of the bigger brokerages have their own person, maybe even in-house, that they work with. But the smaller teams that might have like 3, 4, maybe 10 or less real estate agents, are looking for someone who does good quality work and their turnaround time is fast. And so contact those agencies and ask them to say, hey, I'll go and shoot one for you for free so that you can see the quality of my work. And if you like it, I would love to be able to shoot more for you moving forward. So real estate's a great one, both for photo and video. So with your drone, get good at creating both types of content. And with the Mini, shoot over into that vertical mode and get those vertical images that they're going to be able to use on their social media. So number two is stock photography and video. There's a lot that could be done here in the area of producing content that you upload to a website like iStock Photo, Shutterstock, Adobe Stock. There's all sorts of stock photo libraries out there. And when somebody needs an image, they go and buy an image for whatever the price may be for that image. A lot of these sites do different things for their pricing, but if you upload a lot of content there, over time, people are using this content, your photos or your videos, in their different projects, on their website, and their marketing pieces, and you're getting money, and that just starts to build and build and build over time. It's kind of like a passive income thing. You go shoot a bunch of photos, you upload them, and then as people use them, you get paid over time. And so take advantage of the things that are in your area. Go out with your drone and shoot photo and video of the different monuments, the different things that are key identifiers in your area that people might use on their website or in their marketing productions pieces. And so create that library of images. When you go travel, take photos, take video, and upload that as stock content. Over time, you'll start to make an income there. And I mean, you can make anything from a couple extra dollars a month to thousands of extra dollars per month, depending on the size of your library and the quality of the content that you put into it. Number three is to create social media content for businesses. Businesses need content to share on social media. And one of the things that they probably don't have on staff is a drone operator, somebody who can go out and get the images that they need. And this is going to vary depending on the businesses. It could be the storefront for a restaurant or a local business that just might want a couple of new interesting images to share on social media. Or it could be a business that needs this ongoing. But what you could do is you could take a couple of photos real quick, go in and show the owner the photos and say, hey, I'd like to create some different angles and some different things like this for you. Would you find this useful? And if yes, you know, my hourly rate is this, and I can create all of this for you in an hour. And then you just get a bunch of businesses, and over time, you've got yourself a nice little client base, and they'll start calling you and needing more stuff because they'll have used the stuff that you've already created. So businesses are always needing content for social media, for email marketing campaigns, stuff like that. So connect with businesses and shoot some photos and video for them. Social media influencers also need content, and they're out trying to create images and video for themselves to share on social media, and it can be really challenging to do that as far as drones go as well. And so if you can connect with local influencers in your area and say, hey, on your next shoot that you're going to go out, let me bring a drone and fly it around and get you some unique content, they're going to be super excited for that and have more content to share. People are going to fall in love with that unique perspective that you're providing for them, and they're going to want you back on their next projects. And a lot of the bigger social media influencers have agreements with companies, and they're getting paid for different things, and they can work you into the budget of their project. And having be a drone operator worked into the budget on a project like that means getting to work with an influencer on behalf of another brand, and that's great exposure, being able to shoot content for an influencer that's working with a unique brand. So that could even be a foot in the door for a lot of different things. So influencers are always needing content, so connect with them and see how you can help. Number 5 is construction. There's so much construction going on all the time, and they need things like site images, photos of the progress of their jobs and different things that are taking place, not only for their own marketing and trying to get new clients in the future, but probably also for maybe insurance reasons and different things that they just need to be able to show the progress. And so if there's a new building that's going up soon, you might contact the company that is handling that build and say, hey, this build that it looks like you're gonna do you need somebody to come out every couple of days and take drone photos of the status? I'll come out, I'll shoot all angles, we'll do an aerial, and I'll produce those images for you. And they may say, yeah, a couple $100 to come out 4 different times, for a few minutes. It might be worth it to them to have those images, and it's something that they don't have to worry about. It's something they can use in a lot of different ways for their business, and it's really important, I think, for construction companies to be able to show the different stage and all of that stuff of the process of their building. And there's probably even benefits beyond what I can even think of. But construction sites have a lot going on, and there's a lot that could go wrong. And so having images throughout the process, I think, is important, and it would be a good opportunity for a drone operator out there. Number 6 is agriculture. Agriculture is huge. We're seeing a lot of drones moving into the ag scene, and a lot of solutions out there as well. But not all the smaller guys out there, guys and gals that have smaller crops, might not be able to afford or justify going out and getting their drone license to be able to deal with these things. They may hire a drone operator to come out and grab some images that are from angles that are a little bit more challenging for them to get to. So look into agriculture, because drone use is huge in ag. Everything from checking on the quality of a tree that's pretty tall and being able to just fly a drone up and get images close up, where before you'd have to use a boom lift or something, and it's really kind of time consuming and even not very cost effective as well, to getting images of the overall crop and making sure that water is flowing where it's supposed to and stuff like that. You can fly drones a lot further out than you may want to travel, and there's opportunities there really in managing crops, in tree health, hard to reach spots and stuff like that, providing images and even video content. And maybe it's not just about managing the crop, it's about putting together marketing pieces and stuff for them. Really nice images with a sunset in the background that they can use in marketing or on their website. There's lots of opportunity there in agriculture as well. Number 7 is events, and things have changed with event photography and video and the use of drones. There are rules to flying drones over people and stuff like that. You want to make sure that you understand those rules, but you can get a lot of unique, interesting images and perspectives without even flying over people because of, you know, the camera angle on these drones. But being a Part 107 pilot, you can fly over crowds to an extent. You really need to go and look at the law there and make sure that you're following the law, because if you did have an issue with your drone and your drone fell out of the sky or something like that or whatever, or somebody said, hey, there's a drone flying over a crowd, you want to make sure that you understand the rules. But events need images for social media to show off the event and what's happening and what people are missing out on. They need marketing content for future events, and drones provide a unique experience in that. I've used drones to take pictures of the facility that events were going to happen at. I've taken unique pictures of events that are like rooftop events from the side of the building and stuff like that. There's just lots of interesting images that you can get that people can use for events. And you can go and look at any events list that's happening in your area, and you can just go down the list and say, hey, I see that you're having this event happen. Would you like a drone operator to come out and grab a couple of photos and video clips for a half hour or an hour? Here's what I charge. And a lot of these event coordinators and event promoters are going to be all about that because it's content that they can use moving forward. So events is another option. Number 8 is to sell prints of the work that you're creating with your drone. I've flown my drone at some pretty amazing spots and captured some beautiful images up here in northwestern Montana, and sharing those is definitely something that I love to do, but making those available for sale. I've sold some images in the past, and what's interesting about that is your photo may end up as a print in a boardroom somewhere in a local area, or it could end up, you know, really anywhere at somebody's gallery at home. You just don't know. But if you put your images out there and share them in a way where people can purchase an actual print, you'd be surprised you may end up making some sales. Of course, you'll need somewhere to do that, to fulfill that. I don't have canvas printers and stuff like that at home and in my office, but I work with a site called SmugMug, which allows me to upload my images, and then people can order my images in a variety of formats, all the way from like a 4x6 print up to big canvas prints, and all the fulfillment and stuff is handled there. And then I just get paid for whatever I want to get paid over and above the cost of what it costs to have the print made. They handle all the shipping and the fulfilling and all that stuff, and it just makes it super easy. So selling on SmugMug is like having your own gallery, your own website. You can sell stuff on Etsy, which puts it into a marketplace, and then you do have to fulfill it, so you'd have to work with a photo lab or something like that that can produce your prints and handle the fulfillment and the shipping and all that good stuff. But Etsy is another good option as well. Maybe even creating your own website if you're a little more technical is an option. Number 9 is to travel blog and or vlog. Travel blogs are still really huge, and of course vlogging is as well. And as you travel, utilizing a drone to create beautiful, unique perspectives that are a little bit more challenging to do, especially if you travel by yourself or travel with someone else who's not the photographer, and that's you. Being able to put the drone up and have it circle you or get these cool shots that would just be impossible to get unless you had a team out there with you. Travel vlogs and blogs can be monetized. On YouTube, they can be monetized. Of course, blogs can be monetized with ads and all of that stuff, so there's lots of options there. Just go and look at what other travel bloggers and vloggers are doing and see the different ways that they're producing ads and integrating stuff so that they're making money as they are producing more content. And then number 10 is to build a niche social media following around the content that you're creating. Now, this might not be like, you know, me taking my social media account, my personal one, and turning that into drone content. It might be taking something unique about the area that I'm in and producing content for that, producing drone content. Utilizing your drone, you can create a niche social media following around that. Obviously, there are places like Glacier National Park, which is near where I live. I can't fly a drone in Glacier National Park. I could fly it outside of Glacier National Park looking in, but that's not going to get me enough content to create some social media account around it. But there is a lot going on in and around Flathead County, this whole valley. And I can use a drone to showcase all of that and create a social media account just around that topic. And so think about how you can use your drone for that. It gets you outside flying more, and it allows you to create something that people will find interesting. And you could build a following around that, and then of course monetize that over time by putting in some ads or including businesses or something like that in it. So those are 10 ways that you can monetize your drone and make some money, but there are a few things that you need to know before you go out and start doing that, because there are rules that separate those that fly drones for fun or recreation and those that fly drones for profit. And that is that you need your Part 107 drone license in order to fly a drone and make money. And they're even cracking down on people who fly drones in YouTube videos that are making money off YouTube videos. So you really need to consider going and learning. I produced a video on some tips on how I passed my Part 107 license. I've had to pass that a few times because up until last year, 2021, you had to renew every 2 years. And so every 2 years, I'd go and take the license test again. But now you don't have to do that. But it is a lot to learn. There's even some aviation stuff that doesn't necessarily make sense for drones that you have to learn, a little bit of weather stuff. And so I've got a tips video on how to best set yourself up for passing that license. I definitely recommend getting it, because once you get it, you have it. And all you have to do to keep it is just make sure that you're keeping up with your education, which they're making it really easy to do just by watching a video here and there from time to time to stay up to date on the latest rules and regulations. The second thing that you might want is some insurance, because you're going to be flying a drone around, and if that crashes into something or somebody, there's probably going to be some liability there. And you want to make sure that you're covered and that you don't end up getting sued for flying a drone around. So insurance might be smart if you're only going to do some work from time to time. Maybe contact your insurance agent and ask how much it costs just to have daily coverage for certain things. Sometimes that can be a lot cheaper than having a business liability insurance policy that lasts all year long that covers drones as well. Insurance companies are still very skittish about drones and scared about drones, and so it can be a little tricky to get a drone insurance policy. So but that's something that you might consider as you're trying to decide which of these options are going to be best for you. And then the third thing is some sort of website or gallery. If you're going to start trying to make money, you want to be promoting yourself, you want to be marketing yourself, and I highly recommend that you create a website, whether you use something like SmugMug, which I talked about earlier, to create like a portfolio where people can also order prints, or you build your own website with something like WordPress. I think you do need to be promoting yourself. It's what I did early on in my photography career, and it's kept me busy ever since. And so whether you want to go the SmugMug route, which I've got a link down in the description for you to save a little bit and also get a good trial run out of SmugMug before actually having to pay, there's a link down there for that. And then also with WordPress, if you want to build your own site, I've got a course for you that's free you can check out. It's an intro to WordPress course. It'll help you get started there. But there's a lot of options out there for WordPress as well, and a lot of ways that you can create a really cool website. I've got a link to my website down there, and then also to the course that's free, so I highly recommend that you check that out. But that's my 10 ways to make money with your DJI Mini 3 Pro. I hope that if you do decide to do that, that you go out there, get your Part 107, and just start creating cool stuff and make some money. I mean, it's really fulfilling to be able to go do something like fly a drone and make a living flying a drone, using a camera, something like that. It's just really fun to be able to have that control. Even if all it ends up being as a little side hustle for you, it's still great, and I think worth taking the time to do and taking the time to pursue. So if you have any questions or thoughts, comment section down below. If you like this video, thumbs up, click that subscribe button so you can be notified when I put out another video. But that's it for today. Thanks a lot. Take care.